Raw physical transmission is an inherently chaotic process. At the lowest level of networking, we are blasting electrical voltage, bursts of light, or radio waves across a hostile medium, relying on them to survive the journey intact. Yet the network layer, layer 3 of the OSI model, is completely blind to this physical reality. It operates under the strict assumption that it will receive a flawless, perfectly ordered sequence of data packets, free from any corruption. The data link layer, or layer 2, serves as the strict architectural bridge between these two incompatible realities. To understand how it achieves this, we will derive its architecture from first principles. We start with a hypothetical utopia protocol, a mathematical model that assumes infinite processing speed and an error-free channel. From there, we will systematically break that utopian assumption. We will engineer specific mathematical solutions to counter CPU speed mismatches, bit corruption, and propagation delay. Network reliability is not a physical property of the cables themselves. It is a mathematical virtualization, entirely fabricated by the data link layer. This animation illustrates the first engineering hurdle, partitioning a continuous stream of ones and zeros into discrete, manageable blocks called frames. The link layer achieves this by marking the start and end of each frame using a specific bit pattern, known as a flag byte. This introduces an immediate vulnerability. If the payload data naturally contains the exact 8-bit sequence used for the flag byte, such as binary data from an image file, the receiving hardware will interpret it as the end of the frame, causing a premature and destructive break. The required algorithmic countermeasure is bit stuffing. Whenever the sender's hardware encounters 5 consecutive ones in the data stream, it automatically inserts a redundant 0-bit to break the pattern. When the receiving hardware sees 5 consecutive incoming 1 bits followed by a 0, it recognizes the stuffed bit and automatically strips it out before passing the clean packet up to layer 3. Because this process executes entirely in hardware at the link layer, the network layer remains completely oblivious that bit stuffing is occurring. By wrapping the bit stream in unambiguous boundaries, framing prevents data from bleeding into infinite noise. It creates discrete segments that we can now individually evaluate for errors. Even with discrete frames, the physical medium guarantees that errors will happen. Thermal noise and transient electrical interference will invariably flip bits during transit. This mathematical diagram shows the cyclic redundancy check, or CRC. To detect flipped bits, the link layer treats the frame's payload as a long polynomial equation and divides it by an internationally standardized generator polynomial. The division is executed using modulo 2 arithmetic. It relies on strict exclusive OR logic, bypassing any carries for addition or borrows for subtraction. The entire operation is designed specifically to derive a concise mathematical remainder. Once calculated, this remainder is appended to the tail end of the frame, functioning as the CRC checksum trailer. Upon arrival, the receiver performs the exact same division using the same generator polynomial. If the resulting remainder is anything other than 0, the receiver knows the payload was corrupted in transit and immediately discards the frame. These CRC checks provide a mathematical guarantee that corrupted payloads are violently purged before they can ever reach the upper OSI stack. A flawless frame is useless if the receiving machine cannot process it fast enough. A high-speed sender will easily overwhelm a low-end receiver, causing dropped frames due to buffer overflow. This timeline illustrates the baseline defense against buffer overflow, stop-and-wait flow control. The sender transmits exactly 1 frame, pauses, and waits for the receiver to return a positive acknowledgement, or ACK, before sending the next one. This logic holds until the control channel itself is compromised. If a frame arrives successfully, but the returning ACK is destroyed by channel noise, the sender's internal timer will eventually expire, forcing an automatic retransmission of that exact same frame. Without a way to differentiate frames, the receiver blindly accepts this duplicate as the next sequential piece of data. It pushes the duplicate payload up to the network layer, silently corrupting the entire file transfer. To prevent this, the protocol implements an automatic repeat request state machine. The sender must add a sequence number to the header of every frame, allowing the receiver to track exactly what it has already accepted. For stop and wait, a 1-bit sequence, alternating simply between 0 and 1, is mathematically sufficient. The ambiguity only ever exists between a frame and its immediate predecessor. When the receiver sees two zeros in a row, it rejects the duplicate payload and resends the missing ACK. The 1-bit sequence number elevates a blind transmission medium into a state-aware protocol, capable of independent logic and recovery. Stop and wait fails in high-latency environments. Consider a geostationary satellite link, where the extreme physical distance creates a massive round-trip propagation delay. This pipeline shows the resulting throughput destruction. The sender transmits a frame, but then blocks and waits. Due to the travel time, the sender sits idle waiting for an ACK 96% of the time, leaving the available bandwidth completely wasted. We define the absolute capacity of this channel using the bandwidth delay product. To keep the pipe full, the protocol uses a sliding window equation, calculating exactly how many unacknowledged frames can fit inside the link simultaneously. This allows for pipelining. The sender decouples transmission from immediate acknowledgement, firing a continuous stream of frames. By the time the window limit is reached, the very first ACK is already returning, allowing the stream to continue unbroken. Pipelining creates a new failure state. If a single frame drops in the middle of the stream, subsequent frames will arrive successfully, but completely out of sequence. The simplest engineering response is the go back and protocol. Because the receiver strictly expects order, it discards all subsequent good frames and forces the sender to retransmit the entire window starting from the error. The more efficient alternative is selective repeat. Here, the receiver uses local memory to buffer the out-of-order frames and issues a targeted negative acknowledgement, or NAC, demanding only the missing piece. Pipelining and sliding windows are strict engineering compromises. They trade local buffer memory and processing complexity to maximize the utilization of physical bandwidth. This is the complete data link frame, assembled from our derived components: payload, piggybacked ACK, sequence number, and CRC trailer. These boundaries and the cyclic redundancy check isolate the data, conquering the physical realities of infinite noise and bit flipping. Meanwhile, the sequence numbers and acknowledgements conquer the temporal realities of dropped data and CPU latency. These precise protocols run continuously and invisibly inside the network interface cards of every connected device on Earth. They absorb the chaos of the physical wire, abstracting it away completely to present a flawless, logical packet stream to the network layer. Ultimately, the data link layer uses applied mathematics to force a volatile, chaotic physical world to behave like a perfectly ordered logical system.